Hello everyone. In today's video, I will give you one answer for 4 cue cards with 2 model answers. You can use any answer for 4 cue cards. While using the same answer, students are advised to make a different introduction. So at the end of the video, I will give you an introduction for each cue card. Let's start the video. Before moving to the answer, I want to let you know that I have mentioned some connectors, compound sentences, and complex sentences to make you understand the grammatical structure and coherence deeply. Let's start the answer now. The first cue card is describe an appointment that was put ahead of schedule. You should say what was the appointment, why it was put ahead of schedule, and how you felt about it. The first point is what was the appointment? Well, it is rightly said that time is money. In today's life, it has become mandatory to save time to lead a comfortable and smooth life. That's why people nowadays are giving preference to scheduling appointments and meetings to avoid delays, and I am no exception. Time is money is a proverb which means that time is highly valuable, so we should use it wisely. Students should use proverbs, idioms, and slang in the speaking module to increase their scores. However, avoid using these expressions in the writing module. I have gone through several incidents when the appointment was either cancelled or postponed. Here I have used a complex sentence containing either or. It is used to refer choices between two options. Here I am going to talk about a time when my appointment was put ahead of schedule. It was scheduled with the dentist 2 months ago. I vividly remember a couple of months ago, I booked an appointment with the distinguished dentist as I was having a toothache. Distinguished stands for eminent, renowned, or famous. The doctor is so busy that people need to book an appointment before visiting him. I called the hospital and got an appointment for Monday at 12 o'clock. The next point is why it was put ahead of schedule. However, on Monday morning, all of a sudden, my best friend came to meet me who had just arrived from Australia. I was over the moon to see him, but I forgot about my appointment with the dentist. It was a great surprise for me as we met after a long period of 5 years. We both had lunch together and spent quality time together. He had brought some gifts for me and my family. I was so engrossed in talks with my friend that I completely lost track of the time and missed my appointment. I was supposed to go there at 12, but it was 2 o'clock. Undoubtedly, I was too late to go. I called the hospital and got another appointment for Tuesday. Consequently, my appointment with the doctor was put ahead of the schedule. The last point is how you felt about it. After the meeting was postponed, I was a little bit upset, but it was no use crying over spilled milk. No use crying over spilled milk is a proverb which means there is no point to being upset over something that has already happened and cannot be changed. So it was the time when my appointment was put ahead of schedule, or it was the time when I missed an appointment. Instead of saying my appointment was put ahead of schedule, you can also say my appointment was rescheduled. Let's move to the second model answer now. First of all, we will make an introduction. Well, time waits for none. So, if one wants to complete daily tasks on time, it is vital to be ready beforehand to avoid delays. Time waits for none is a phrasal verb that means time does not wait for anyone, hence encouraging us to make the most of it. Vital stands for important, and other synonyms are significant, indispensable, essential, etc. Beforehand means in advance. Being a disciplined person, I love to plan and schedule meetings well in advance, and I invest a lot of time and energy to ensure that I don't waste even a second of my life. Nevertheless, sometimes a situation occurs when we are bound to either cancel or postpone our meetings or appointments. The same thing happened to me as well. The first point is, what was the appointment? I vividly remember a couple of weeks ago I felt pain in my jaws. Initially, I neglected the pain, but gradually it became so intense that I could hardly eat anything. I went to the local doctor for consultation, although he prescribed the medicine, but in vain. Within a day, the pain became unbearable. When the pain aggravated, my father advised me to visit a renowned dentist, Mr. Gupta. He hails from Delhi, which is 200 kilometers far away from my hometown. Renowned means famous, popular. I acted upon his advice and booked an appointment for the following day. Acted upon is a phrasal verb which means agree. I started my journey in the early hour and reached the hospital on time. I was given an appointment for 10 a.m. After waiting for half an hour, I thought my turn would come, but I was informed by the nurses the doctor was unable to reach the clinic on time due to an emergency. Since I had a lot of patience, I realized it was better to wait. At 12, I approached the nurses again and they assured me that the doctor would reach the hospital at any cost. I was taken in by their words and started waiting again. Unfortunately, by 2, they informed me that the doctor would not be able to come, so all the appointments had been postponed. The next point is how you felt about it. I became so infuriated that I got angry at the nurses. I had no choice but to return as I was given another appointment for the next day. I regretted my decision to go there, but I had no option left. Infuriated means to be extremely angry or impatient. So I booked a room in the hotel and stayed there. The next day, I reached the hospital and fortunately, the doctor was already there. He examined everything carefully and prescribed medicine, which really helped me in soothing the pain. Although the appointment was postponed, when my pain vanished after taking his medicine, I felt overwhelmed. Hence, this was the meeting that was put ahead of the time. Describe a time when you missed an appointment. Now, if you get another cue card, definitely you will have to give another introduction. So, let's discuss introduction. Well, life is becoming chaotic these days, so sometimes I tend to forget some important meetings or appointments in a hurry. Although I am a punctual person and keep a check on time, but here I am going to talk about a time when I missed an urgent appointment due to my tight schedule. So if you get this cue card, you can make this introduction and the rest answer would be same. Now we will discuss an introduction for an occasion when you wasted your time. I am an extremely punctual person and I learned about the importance of time from my parents as well as from my school. So I invest a lot of time and energy to ensure that I don't waste even a second of my life. Sometimes it still happens despite my efforts. So the introduction for the next cue card. Describe a time when you made a decision to wait for something. Well, in this fast paced life, it has become quite difficult to wait for someone or something. However, sometimes there are some situations when we are left with no option but to wait. Same thing happened to me when I had to wait for the dentist for my treatment. So the answer would be same and you just need to change the introduction if you get this cue card.